Good morning, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Wiley Show. In this broadcast, we're going to talk about Chrisean Rock. Many people from across the country have a lot of stuff to say about Chrisean Rock being a terrible, terrible mother. Many people have said that she is abusive, that her son is disabled because all she did was drink, smoke, and all of those things. But in this particular broadcast, we want to celebrate Chrisean Rock for being a good mother to her child. Um, I want to first say good morning to the people that are just joining in this chat. Um, Thank you for so very much. Hold on one second. I'm gonna let everybody know that I'm live. Um, Give me a second. Let them know that I am actually live. There we go. All right, so we're here. I just want to tell you, give you all the here's why. Loving your child matters. Anybody know a mother and a child good mother is not always a perfect mother. Many parents make mistakes. The question is whether she loves, cares for, and wants the best for her child. And so that's why I think like the situation with Chrisean, I believe she wants the best for her child. And also she's parenting under a microscope. And most mothers don't have millions of people criticizing their every move. Every mistake becomes a headline. Social media can create an unrealistic standard. When you look at the growth, should count. Discuss uh, I want to discuss in this broadcast how people can mature and become better parents over time. Should someone be judged forever by their past mistakes? Now, Chrisean did make some past mistakes, but should she be judged for it forever? And the answer of that is no. Everyone, including Chrisean Rock, deserves an opportunity to grow. The public doesn't see everything. Viewers, we only see clips and social media posts. The public doesn't know every Chrisean Rock Jr. doctor's appointment, bedtime routine, or private parenting moments because that is private. There's a difference between perception and reality. I see y'all in here. Some of Wiley, STFU, CR is wow, okay. Ooh, they're going in on me in the chat. Act like we do we care, Paul? No, we don't care. Okay. So parenting is difficult. Some parents face financial, emotional, and relationship challenges. And with Chrisean Rock, she's definitely fighting through that, becoming successful doing boxing. Struggling does not automatically mean someone doesn't love their child. So we must always focus on the well-being of the child. The most important question, I believe, whether the child is safe, loved, and cared for. Avoiding, and this is very important, people. We should avoid turning the child into content for internet debates. That's why here on the Wiley Show, we don't post the child. We don't post the child in a thumbnail. We don't post the child on our videos because we want to respect that child's privacy, Julia's privacy. Now, I want to ask you all, do we expect perfection from Chrisean Rock that we don't expect from other celebrity parents? Because it seems to me Chrisean Rock is held to a standard that we don't hold Beyonce to, Jamie Foxx to, Will Smith to. We don't hold them to this standard. But it seems to me that we hold a Chrisean Rock to a different standard. And so I want you all to really understand that when you talk about Chrisean Rock, and I was on All About the Tea last night, and a viewer said, I called Child Protective Services on her child, on Junior. And she said the worker said that they got 15,000 phone calls. Now, We verified that because we called Maryland Child Protective Services and we asked them on the phone before we did this broadcast, do they give the amount of calls of a report? And that worker that told me on the phone said no, they do not give a report on how many calls were made. Then one of the arguments that I was saying last night, I said, well, all this stuff that this she supposed to be a bad mother. Why y'all ain't out there protesting? Why you ain't out there marching? Why you ain't out there putting boots on the ground? If she's such this terrible mother, disgusting mother, why you not out there on the streets fighting for the safety of Junior, for the rescue of Junior? What I see is people getting clicks, and views, not caring about Junior. Because if you cared about him, you would put money towards a college fund. You would put money towards therapy. If you feel like she ain't feed the child, then send out some food to feed Junior. But what I've noticed is that people don't really care. I think that they just use Chrisean for content. And let's be honest and be real. And so when I was on that last night, I said, I don't believe Sean Way love that child or support that child because all he's getting is cooking of you. He didn't say, hey, let's raise funds to get to Maryland to protest. Now, one large gathering for the safety or for the benefit of children that are allegedly being abused, because I don't believe Junior is being abused. I don't believe Junior is being neglected. I do not believe that at all. What I do believe is that people are taking clips and they're literally twisting a narrative to fit that she is an unfit mother. We should not use child protective services and weaponize that to remove a child from the home. That to me is unethical. That to me is pathetic. That to me is sad. And I urge the viewers, from the sound of my voice from around the country, before you judge Chrisean Rock, make sure your child is fed. Make sure your child is bathed. Make sure your child is going to school. Make sure your child can read before you judge Chrisean Rock. So I never once thought that I was going to be a Chrisean Rock defender. I would take that. And yesterday I was on All About the Tea, and one of the guys on there insulted me. He was angry. He was so upset. He started getting ignorant, cussing. Then there was a white woman. She called me dumb. I have to remind her, ma'am, this ain't 1963. This ain't 1955. We ain't in Jim Crow. Because I guarantee you, white woman, you wouldn't have said that in my face. I'll have rebuked you right then and there. You don't come on no black platform and insult a black man and you say you love and you work with children with disabilities and all that, then you want to act ignorant on the platform because I don't agree that I don't stand with your stand that you believe that Chrisean Rock is a bad mother. They was just slandering Chrisean Rock. She was saying Chrisean Rock is a product of incest with no evidence, no proof. I'm like, now, wait a minute. Let me clear myself because I don't want to get no lawsuit. And I'm going to say allegedly. That's exactly what I'm going to say. I want to know, is Chrisean Rock a good mother? And we would defend her. So we're not going to play these games Oh, Sean love Chris. He ain't research. All he doing is taking public posts, bringing that child all on this page. Got the baby in every video for clicks and views. He don't give a damn about no Junior. He don't care about Junior. What he care about is going viral. What he care about is getting clicks and views. That is what he care about. Let's not play these games. And if she's such a bad mother, why the child ain't been removed? Why the child ain't been removed? If she's such a bad mother, why the child ain't gone? Why? Because the online rhetoric is nothing but filth and lies. That's what I believe. The other report saying, well, Junior is not Blueface. If he's not, he's not. But in my gut, I believe, in my personal opinion, that Junior is Blueface baby. In my personal opinion. You may not agree, but guess what? It's not going to change my personal opinion. Talk back to me in the chat. Talk back to me in the chat. I'm going to read some of your comments. So if you comment below, I will read your comments. So if you comment, I will read your comments. We have somebody in the chat saying, she is not a good mother. Wiley is always hooting and hollering. Hush before you wake the neighbors. LOL. Julius will stay with Blueface. Thank you so very much. Our moderators in the chat today said, get the likes up. Yes, get the likes up. We should be at a good settlement of likes. Okay, let me go scroll our way up. Thank you, Wiley. People need to lay off her child. Jeez. They said, ready? Good morning. Ciara's horrible, terrible mom in person. I read that comment. Good morning. I see you, sister. Good morning, sister. I see you in here. While if you think Ciara is a good mom, then you are rich and handsome. Well, thank you. CR need to take, Chrisean Rock need to take care of Junior. Need to take Junior to the emergency room. CR put man before Junior. She's not a good mother. Poor Junior need prayer. Well, y'all should pray for her. I just see people getting clicks and views. Where's the press up? Nobody did a press service for Chrisean. She took the Junior to the smoke shop. That's not illegal to go to a smoke shop. Morning Wiley, she took the child. Okay, you said that already. People always worried about the wrong things. Not you doing all that hollering at 6 something in the morning. Wiley is a black woman. Hell no, she's not a good mother. Wiley always doing holler. Okay, I read that comment already. They said she's messing around with Offset. Blueface was interviewed. Well, okay, Offset got some good pee. I'm messing around with Offset if he was into guys. For real, if he was into guys, I'd mess around with him. And also, too, if anybody want to come on, also moderators, you can share the link as well. If anybody want to come on, I mess around with Offset if he was in guys. No shade, he's sexy. Literally no shade. I'm just gonna keep that real. I'm just gonna keep that all the way real. So I just had to come up on here and talk about it. Make sure y'all thumbs up, share, share, share. Are y'all liking us going live every day? I told y'all we're gonna be consistent. Yesterday we was gonna go live, but I was on All About the Tea, so I was technically live on her platform. So I'm gonna count that like because I've been live on YouTube since Monday, like live on different days, right? Going Monday to Friday. Well, today is Saturday too. So, and then I did a live. If you all missed it, we did a live earlier today as well. So make sure you'll go check that out as well. So we've been doing videos and pumping videos out. So make sure y'all subscribe and thumbs up. And for those people that are not getting any notifications, you can always text me and I will send you the link. And some people have been sending me topics to talk about as well. So I told them that we will do an exclusive and talk about Chrisean Rock being a good mother. And you can always 773-641-8742. You can text that number and I would text you the link. So anytime I go live, you will never miss it. Okay. Sometimes I send it out an hour early, sometimes 2 hours early, sometimes 5 minutes before the show. It all depends upon when I get up and send out the text. So make sure you join the text list. Make sure you join the text list. They said, finally caught another live. Welcome. They said, Wiley is in love with Queen Billy Porter. I like Billy Porter, but not in love. As I was busy watching your video from last night. Well, thank you for watching the video from last night. So I believe she is a good mother. And if anybody want to come on and give their opinion about it, if you don't feel comfortable coming on StreamYard, we got a phone call. We got a phone number where you could call. You could come on the show. For those new viewers that are here, those are returning. And if you have something to say, and I will not interrupt you, we just ask you that you be respectful and all stuff like that, and we will bring you on. So we do have somebody backstage. Give me 1 second. We will allow you all to talk as well. So again, hold on 1 second. Pamela, you there?
Hey, how you
Hey, welcome
doing?
to the Wiley Show.
Hey, I was trying to get in. I had to download your thing. Um,
Where you
I
in?
want,
Welcome.
I want to say hey to everybody. Everybody have a blessed day. Thank everybody for yesterday. You know, but listen, we cannot just put one parent down when all the parents is acting up. Carissa is the biggest hater. I can't understand. How can you now accept a I'm not going to say that kid, and you? How can I say this? How do you think other kids that's like that, parents, people cannot accept them? Carissa would rather have a light skinned, good hair baby than her. She know that's her son. She claims that's her son, baby. She said all the time, but she still have hate for the baby, and that's not nice. That's not cool. And then in Blue's case, he sits all day. I don't even understand how these women accept him of calling women bees all day. This is what kind of bee I want. This is what bee I want. The bee got to do what I say. Stay in the house. Anybody who want to stay in the house all day and listen to a raggedy mouth person is crazy to me. That means you don't have no income. You got to put up with his stuff, and that's not cool. I'm just saying, if one of them need to go to parenting classes, they all need to go to parenting classes. If one of them needs CPS called on them, they all need CPS called on them. Period.
I feel you. And my thing is, do you believe that 20,000 phone calls were made to CPS for Krishan?
You know what? The person who's sitting there like that boy with the hat on and the baby teeth, people need to stop trying to call CPS on that girl. If CPS then went to her house and seen her baby, then what do you keep calling for? Ain't no use to keep calling on her. You don't call on Jaden. You don't call on Lavelle. You don't call on anybody. But you want to call on her. Her baby's happy. It don't cuss. Every time you see her baby, he's smiling. I don't see what you calling CPS for. he's happy. You talking about she put a man before her baby. So do Jaden. So do Jaden. She was in the pool, wanted blue attention, and he was giving it to Journey, and she called her up. So I don't see why y'all always on her, but y'all not on all of them. Now since Blue been hanging around Levea's son, you see how he done picked up bad habits cussing. No, I wouldn't let my baby go over Blue house. And that was her first mistake. I ain't saying she perfect. She get on my nerves too. But I'm not gonna sit here and put a woman down for trying. She got her own money. She done moved away. He has to come out there where she was. She didn't call him and say, I'm coming. If you come out there where I'm at for a week, and then, okay, you sat there, you watched the baby for a week. So, like, okay, we cool. Can you watch the baby while I take care of business? And she was in the city taking care of business because everything she did, she recorded the time, the place, everything. It wasn't like she was out fucking up. So, only mistake I think she made is leaving her baby over there with him because you know you can't trust. I mean, if Carlos was a real grandmother, she would have tried to help her with her baby at the beginning instead of being out here co-signing crazy stuff. I don't know no grandmama to act like that, but nothing in this world.
I
That shit
agree.
went wrong.
I'm with you on that because when the lady was saying they was like, well, 15,000 phone calls were made. I'm like, and the child haven't been removed. That's obviously we have to come to the conclusion that maybe she's not abusive as y'all claim on these internet streets.
Right, right. I mean, I think she's doing a pretty doggone good job. Her baby clothes are hung up. Her baby clean. Her baby don't be want for nothing because she ain't showing y'all her. I'm not gonna say artists. Kids that's on the spectrum eats what they want to eat. They don't, you have to. Queen Hop don't want to comb her baby hair because she don't want to hear her baby cry. I don't
I
know.
agree, and
But
I'm with you. I'm with you with that.
you have to lay her down and make her get her hair done. I know a lot of art on the spectrum kids. They don't like to be touched or so, but it's come a time when you have to do what you got to do to make everything look right. You know what I'm saying? You can't just because he don't want his hair combed, but you don't know if he eats certain things. Like she always order extra eggs. He might like eggs. They eat what they want to eat. I have a niece who's on the spectrum, but at the end of the day, she eats what she want to eat. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can't say
Mhm.
the girl ain't feeding the baby. The baby ain't uh, looking like the kids over in other places that don't have food. So calling CPS on that girl is only wasting CPS and the police time. Period.
I feel you. Thank you so very much for coming on.
Thank you,
All
and have
right,
a blessed day.
you too. So it's like it's so good that we're getting people to call in. Thank you to that sister that called in. They say as the records show anything but the record BF spending time with the baby. She said he was in Baltimore, but 3 hours late. BF was at home streaming "Who's the Liar." The receipts show her lying tongue. She is going crazy because BF don't want her. He evil A trying to get him sent back to jail. That is what somebody said on Facebook. But again, if you want to call in, you can definitely call in. I will drop the link for Facebook as well. So whether you want to come on StreamYard or actually call in 972-674-9462. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, that's the number. Okay. And also too, I will drop the link for Facebook. So if Facebook anybody on Facebook want to come on as well and hit the link, you can come on and give your opinion regarding it. Um, you're more than welcome. I didn't see anybody calling CPS on Whitney Houston when she was known as being on drugs and reporting her as being an unfit mother. I didn't see none of that. Also, we have one of the producers actually hit the link in there backstage. We're going to bring them on. Queen B. More, good morning.
Good morning, Wiley and producers and chat and everybody. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Good. Now I'm up here cleaning my eggs and stuff to get ready for tomorrow. But I
Okay.
had to hit the link because I just want people to think logically about Krishan in this situation with her child. Yeah, does the child present to have some type of issues going on? Yeah, it appears that way. We don't know what those issues are. So to assume that she is has been neglectful, it could be a number of things. It could be a number of genetic disorders. And genetic disorders are not caused by um people smoking and drinking. You can have a genetic disorder just simply by having two traditionally normal parents and still have a genetic disorder. But let's think about Krishan and Blueface. If Blueface is the father, if he's not the father, like you said, okay, move on. But if they not wrapped too tight, you know what I'm saying? Like they clearly have some issues going on. So to say that they could have, passed those issues on to their child, highly likely. Period. We gotta look at what we're dealing with here. Second of all, like, I don't understand why people continue to think that the CPS here in Baltimore is so neglectful that they're not going to follow up on 15, 20,000 calls or however many calls it was. Do we really believe that CPS is just going to stand by and allow a child to be abused? Because neglect is abuse. Let's be clear. So we're saying that this woman is intentionally neglecting her child and intentionally abusing her child. That child don't seem to be abused. Am I right or am I wrong? Like, you think that child looks abused to you?
No, I don't. And so, because I'm like, if 15,000 phone calls
That's ridiculous. It's just illogical.
and the child
That's
has not been removed, so I'm coming to a conclusion that maybe she been investigated and she's been cleared.
exactly. That's what I would assume. If you're telling me that all these people called, I believe I heard somewhere that there was an investigation. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that there was an investigation and she was cleared. They didn't find anything. I want to say there were two investigations. I believe there were two investigations, and she was cleared of any wrongdoing with her child. Now I watched the interview with Ronnie on Tasha K. And I mean, could he be the father? Of course he could be the father. She was dealing with him. But what's more important is, why is Blue playing games with, is he the father? Is he not the father? What's that about? Come on now. That man needs Krishan. He, if you want to call him a man, he needs Krishan to make money. Nobody pays attention to Blue just being Blue. The dynamic is Blue and Krishan together. And they know it. Both of them know it for that matter, in my opinion. Let me see what the chat's saying. I ain't seen
I agree. We have a comment. They say, I'm not wrong. I'm telling the truth. They say, you're wrong. They say, he needs her. Why is he not walking, talking, eating? His third birthday is approaching. He's still drinking nothing but, someone said, rotten milk. They
rotten
said
milk.
she, yes, they just be putting stuff on there. So obviously they must be.
Anything. They be saying, how you know the milk rotten? You smelling it over the phone? You tasting it? How you know the milk rotten? And then somebody else said, all he drink is Pediasure. All he eats is Pediasure. Like, it's so many conflicting stories that it's ridiculous. It's a bit overwhelming. I don't know how she even handles it
And they
all.
also, it has been, they talking about that Baltimore is so corrupt that they don't care nothing about the kids. They're saying it's extremely corrupt. And I disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree with that too. I've never seen anything like that here, you know, and the government now, the people that we have in place now, to me, are better than what we've had in a long time. I always hear you talk about Brandon Scott. People talk bad about Brandon Scott. He's a young kid, basically. I mean, young man. I won't call him a kid. Out of respect for what he has accomplished, but he's young. So of course people want, and older people want to negate his ability. But I'm gonna tell you, I've not seen this city this clean in years. You don't have a whole bunch of drug traffic in the same location that we've had traditionally over the years. Like this one area, Penn North. You ride through Penn North is clean, is quiet. Mind you, there's a lot of drug activity that does still take place down there. But at the same time, a lot of strides have been made. It looks a lot better. Areas that have been downtrodden for years, you know, um, abandoned houses are being addressed. Trash in the city has been addressed. This man actually cleaned up the city. You know how he did it? He gave everybody trash cans.
See there?
That's all you gotta do. Give people trash cans. He gave everybody in the city, two of them big tall trash cans and rolling trash cans. The city clean. So, but
And
yeah, I think
I've
people.
seen Brandon Scott, definitely walking the streets, having city workers out there doing the work. And of course, he's going to get a bad rep because he's black and also he's young. So, of course, he's going to get a bad rep for that. But I don't believe that 30,000 phone calls are being made and they're just saying, whatever, we're going to annoy it because we're so corrupt. It's hard for me to believe that.
Come on now, that is just illogical to think. Let's think. Let's put our little thinking caps on and apply some, rational thinking here, because it's just illogical. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, that man. And then Blue, you clearly he needs Krishan. Don't pay attention to Blue. He keeps trying to go get a Krishan wannabe, and don't nobody pay no attention to him. Don't nobody want to hear what he got to say. Ain't nobody watching. He jumping from platform to platform, trying to make it stick. And you know, I don't see it. I don't see it. And then I don't know why she keeps going back to him now.
Because, for anybody that's young, have had a man that you are obsessed with, that you think you love, and you just give your heart to a no good trifling man, and it's hard to let go. Especially when a man playing these games, I still love you, still beautiful, come over, and give you all this. She got to learn how to break that spell of being under that no good trifling man because what he's doing is embarrassing her, doing interviews about her, and making her look terrible out here. And of course, the women that he make them look bad too.
Very much so. I don't know why I mean, it goes to show how, I guess, precarious situations, weak situations that women find themselves in and feel like certain men are going to help them up out of it. I don't understand because I don't think that there's anything Blue has to offer anyone. He's selfish. He's all about himself. He doesn't care about these women. He don't give a damn. All he's doing is using them for a paycheck. And he
And
know
he's you.
Krishan is his biggest payday.
Oh, absolutely. Because when he was with Krishan, he was on multiple shows with Zeus, and he was on tour. So he was doing a lot of stuff with Krishan, and I still think that he knows that Krishan is good a good public image versus the other women to get more bookings with Krishan versus not being with Krishan. And I do believe that.
Yeah, I believe that too. I was just looking at the chat. Why are people so invested? Why are people so invested in this girl and her baby? Like they make things up all day long, spew hate towards her on it. Why? Why do you hate this girl so much? What has this girl done to you? I mean, she's exploiting Junior. Okay. I mean, plenty of people put their children on the internet. I don't agree with her going to the internet like she does, and putting her child on the internet when people keep attacking him. I wouldn't have my child. Like, that's why people like Beyonce and, different celebrities, they don't even show their children at all, because of how cruel the internet can be and how people can be all up in your business thinking they know what's going on. And all you really know is what the little part that you have seen of their lives. We don't really know what's going on with Junior. You don't really know what's going on with Junior. You are not, unless you are a doctor that has inspected him and had an appointment with him and gone over all his markers and seen what milestones he's actually making and which ones he's not, then you don't know. Stop it. It's ridiculous. Who said he was
And
autistic? Nobody said he was
because
autistic.
we
No, we
don't
don't know if
have the
he's autistic.
diagnosis, I believe like I was on All About the Tea show last night, and people was putting diagnosis on him, and I said we haven't seen those, medical records at all. And how do we know that the child ain't went to the doctor? Because we're not
Right.
following Krishan
She said
24/7.
exactly. And she has even said, about him getting treatment. I heard that myself. I don't even watch the girl like that, but I heard her say, that he was getting treatment, he was thriving, he was meeting certain benchmarks. And so what are we saying here? Y'all just make stuff up.
Yeah, and they were mad because they're saying like, respectfully, y'all don't have the range for this conversation, not knowing that you are a mother and you raise children. So anybody, you have a right to have an
Like you
opinion.
don't even right, and the thing about it is I don't even talk about what my experiences, my education really is. Like I have a whole MBA in healthcare. So how do you know what my range is?
Clock
Again,
it, tell it.
people talking out the side of their neck, doing the same thing basically to me that you're doing to Krishan. You don't know. And unless you know, then let's pipe down a little bit. Let
And
her let her show. Let her live her life. How about that? And let's see. Let's sit back and watch instead of trying to bully this young girl. Why don't we try to support her? That's what I would like to do. If I ever met Krishan, I would love to be a mentor for Krishan, honestly.
And I
I would
do
love to do
believe
that.
she need women that are established to be a mentor to her,
Absolutely.
instead of dissing her. And I'm like, I've always tell people that's always criticizing. What is the solution? The solution is try to have a village around Krishan because this is her first child that we
Right.
know of to help her
Right.
in that
Right.
journey.
Be a support system to her, instead of hating on her. Cause it's just hate to me. That's just people that don't have nothing better to do than sit around and hate on a person, in my opinion.
I agree.
Let's see. But anyway, I do think that she's getting her child help though. I think that, you know, it's presumptuous of us or of people, not of us, because I don't feel like that. But it's presumptuous of people to say that she's not getting her child help. Why do you think she's not getting her child help?
And they're listening to a lot of misinformation, people that is using a child, using Junior for content. Even on YouTube, like they say you can't even post children. I've heard. because they're part of the protective class. I remember one time YouTube got sued when people were posting children. And I think you have to let YouTube know that a child is in your video. But I'm seeing
Yes.
Junior being posted all over,
Um,
videos, pictures, all over everywhere.
right.
And it's really sad because that child is going to grow up and knowing that it's on the internet. I'm totally against Chrisean posting her child on the internet, like putting him on live streams, because when you do that, you open the door for criticism. And this is why I respect Beyonce. You rarely, they make a couple of public appearances, but you don't see Beyonce on live with her children all day, every day.
At all. Like, I don't know, and I really don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but people say that her son, Beyonce's son, Sir Carter, is severely autistic. I think Beyonce's stepfather, what's his name, Richard something. Anyway, Richard Knowles, but he came out and said that the child was severely autistic and what have you, and we have not seen that child. And I believe that the child might be severely autistic because we never see him, and you probably aren't going to see him because they know showing him is just going to open up more opportunities for people to attack that child. I really wish Krishan would keep the child off the internet. I really wish she would.
Yeah, because when you put your child on the internet, everybody got an opinion. Because me being on the internet, and everybody got an opinion about me. So once and I tell anybody that want to do YouTube, be open to being criticized. Yes, you're going to have some supporters, but you're going to have people that's going to criticize. And if you can't handle that, don't do it, because
Absolutely.
it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse, especially when you're successful in doing it as well. It's get real ugly being a public figure or YouTuber, because let's go back to that case in Vegas. Here in Vegas, a person got pow on the strip because of an online beef.
Yep.
And they wasn't huge content creators with 300,000.
Right.
They at best probably had like 2,000 subscribers at best. And now the guy that did it, he's facing well, they want to do the death penalty for him. They're looking for the death penalty, so he's going to trial, I believe, in a couple of months. So you have to be very cautious when you do come on the internet and try to become a public figure, because you will have haters. It's just best not to feed into it. The reason why I'm doing this video, because I've seen so much. When I saw I was on Monica's show, I said, "Oh my gosh, I gotta defend this woman," because they keep weaponizing child protective services and saying thousands of phone calls, and then they're trying to say that Maryland is so dangerous and corrupt. And I said, I know somebody that lives in Maryland. Even I have to be correct, because I remember one time I said, "Oh, Baltimore is so filthy, it's so dirty," and that was years ago that I've been to Baltimore. At that time, Brandon wasn't the mayor, or neither was Westmore wasn't even the governor. But now things have looking better for Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. But if you're not here, you don't know. You just standing on the
Exactly.
outside. Even though that guy last night, I had to, Lord, he was making no sense whatsoever. He was just spitting out stuff, touting his facts, which were just his opinion. As in his opinion is facts. But he was way off,
And I was
way
telling
off.
people it's okay, because he was trying to be insulting. I'm like this: it's okay to disagree with Wiley, but stay on the subject. When you insult someone because they don't agree with what you stand on, you lost the argument there.
Yep.
Because it seemed to me that you're not intelligent enough, you don't have the intellect to go and have a debate without getting emotional.
Right. That was interesting to find out that you were on a debate team in high
Yeah, in
school.
high school, I was on the
That
debate team in
I
high
bet that
school.
has served you well,
It
in
did. So
music.
I'm like, I know how to keep my composure. You see the other side, let them finish, and it's good for a good show. That's why
Right.
I was late doing the show yesterday, because I was planning on doing the show, uh, right after Monica, but the show ended. We did, I think, almost 2 hours. If I'm not mistaken, I think we was on there for about 2 hours. And so time was moving. So I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta do my show. So I said, let me hurry up and do my show, get that together, and then we'll come out and we'll do another show. They said all these content creators that are speaking lies about this child are doing it for clicks and views with no proof whatsoever, just no receipts. I wish Chrisean would sue all these people and report them. Someone said, you're going to get yourself canceled trying to defend someone that the whole world hates.
Well, the
The
whole
whole
world
world do
doesn't
not hate.
hate her.
Yeah.
Exactly. The whole
Yeah.
world don't hate her. And then you have
They
to ask
said
yourself, why does the whole world hate her? Like,
and someone else said in the chat, they said she has to show Junior for viewers. He is her only content.
so her music isn't content, her boxing isn't content, her training isn't content. There's a lot of things that she actually shows other than Junior, but you all choose to focus only on Junior.
I feel you.
Yeah. So
Um, and thank you so much for coming on because I was so happy
yes.
that you came on today too.
Y'all, thank you. Yes, thank you for having me. I be wanting to hit the link more, but I've been so busy recently. Right now, we're getting ready for Father's Day and stuff. And so,
Yeah,
and I was
Father's Day.
away. I was on my cruise. So, anyway, so I was
Oh
away
yeah,
for
you welcome
10
back. You did your
days.
cruise.
Thank
Welcome back.
Yeah, yeah, I was away for
Yeah.
10 days. I was trying to keep up with you though while I was
Well,
out
thank
of
you.
town. Yes,
And
but
thank
thank
you
you
for
for
catching the
having me.
replay.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a support. Well, thank you for having me. And I'm going to drop down back in the chat and try to
Okay.
ignore all these people spewing all this hate at me now for just defending the child and the mother. Y'all have a good one.
All right, thank you. You never know who's going to respond and come on the show. Excuse me. So I will drop the link again. So if anybody else want to say something as well, we wasn't going to have this to be in a lengthy live. We would just want to give our talking points. So when people check out the replay, they'll be able to digest an hour or so of good content. Make sure you all thumbs up the video, thumbs up the video, thumbs up the video while you're in the building, and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the show. It's very important that you subscribe because again, it help us. It help us, and also keep the word to help the Wiley Show to grow, and for more and more people to know about us. I do appreciate you all. Excuse me, for coming on the show early today because I was planning on coming on because anything else pop on, then we can just go live and talk about it as well. So I thank you all. Um, thank you. Wow, thank you so very much. Um, but I want to do my closing remarks. I want to make sure that everybody got something to say because I know y'all gonna drag me in the comments. It's fine. Y'all can drag me in the comments. It's all good. We are here for a good conversation. But I would say you don't have to agree with every decision Chrisean Rock makes. You don't have to be a fan. Being a good mother doesn't mean being perfect. It means loving your child, showing up, continuing to grow. That's why I believe Chrisean Rock deserves the credit. Okay, now we got a call. So give me. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. Can you hear me? Hello? Hold on. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, hold on. Let me let them hear you as well. Give me a second while I can get you on the air so they can hear you as well. Welcome.
Good morning, Wiley. What are you
Good morning.
doing?
I'm doing well, even though I'm getting dragged.
Are they dragging you for the content or for still having on that same shirt last night because you've been working hard?
They're dragging me about the subject. Ooh, Lord, it was heated.
Listen, I was so tired when you were saying that link to come over there to Oh My Q thing. I was like, listen, I gotta have energy to this. It's a little too much. But so you diving over into this little lane. Is that what we're doing now?
What was that again?
I said you diving over into the Chrisean tea now.
Yes, because I just slipped into it.
Listen, you're gonna have to put on your bootstraps, okay? Brace yourself. Impact will be coming. Okay, that's a tough. That baby. Listen, I done done it, okay? Ooh, child, yes. So like I said, I've had my run of the mill on the opposite side, obviously, not the side that you're doing. With this whole situation, like to the point where I, didn't have this is why I keep doing this YouTube, I was, spent a lot of my time on Instagram, and so I was heavily invested. A lot of the same channels that now others are utilizing and stuff like that. I was at one point, very much involved with and stuff like that, to the point where it was like literally taking up on my life. But the fact that I come from I guess you could say, colorful background with this entire just circumference of the circus and the situation, different experiences with different characters in the whole circus. I just got to the point where I felt like I'm not the right person to continue to advocate, specifically because anywhere that I would go, when I had removed myself, it was starting to be like I was the focal point in a negative way, and people, will want to pay more attention to that, and it was causing a distraction. Now I'm to the point, and then it also got to the point, I'm like, well, what's the point of doing this if all everyone's doing is just sitting, ranting and raving, foaming at the mouth online, and nothing, really is being done. And so when you said that last night on the All About Tea Ladies channel, I was like, well, that's what the hell I was hollering about, last year. And, truth of the matter is a lot of people were, concerned for safety specifically because it's in Baltimore. Like if it was, maybe in a different city that didn't have the type of stigma that, Baltimore is known for and how dangerous it can be, some people may feel more prone, but it's like, yes, people care. And it's really, especially, oh, Wiley. See, I don't want to drag. I don't know what you saw yesterday, but it's like, come on, Wiley. That live was a bit much. And it was just like, see, if stuff like this is like, come on. And it's like, he just does not look healthy. And it's really, really unfortunate and sad to see. In the same breath, it's like, what more can people do? And it's like, if you're not going to get out there and say, you know what, yes, I fear for my safety, I fear for this, that, and the third, but what's more important, that or all of us coming together to save this child who can't save itself, it's like, which one are we doing other than just having public conversations, getting clicks and views? So it's like, I'm kind of in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do understand, and I know that these people do truly care, but I'm like, at this point, y'all been doing this for a whole year. It's a year and some change. You got to step it up. If it's really to that point, something else has got to happen. It can't just keep being, you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. On top of the fact, when you were on this panel last night and a specific individual was trying to, say this and that to you and stuff like that, my main qualm with a lot of these people, especially those that at one point I used to be cool with, we were part of having our own coalition, trying to, find resolve, for the child and justice for Roddy and all this kind of stuff. And then when you fall out, all of a sudden their opinions and views of you change, or this person, that person, they start putting false recycled rhetoric it's just like, you can't come out here and say that you're trying to do a good deed and get justice and, believe in the right thing and have morale when you're maliciously putting false and defamatory allegations on people, i.e. myself, that absolutely are ludicrous. And then want people to believe that, oh, well, Wiley, you should see this, you should see that, because what I'm saying is true. It's like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. You can't say you're truthful about one thing, but then you're telling false things in another. So it's like you got to pick a lane and decide if you're going to be a person of morale and like good character, regardless if you don't like someone or not, or if you're going to try to go put false claims on someone else that can prove that you're a liar, and then expect people to believe that you genuinely care about a child, and this is not just for clickbait. Sorry about that.
I understand. Thank you. Is this Lady T? Because you have a right to give like I said, you have a right to give your opinion, and you know how it is when people say stuff about you, get criticize you, and all of that. You experience that, so you understand what Chrisean go through. Why people always have an opinion, whether it's the truth, whether it's false, is always something. Because I've noticed that when you had came on the show, there has been people, always in the chat saying stuff about you. But I will say this about you that I respect, that you always defend yourself and you're not running away from the criticism. You're like, hey, I'm not this. I'm a good woman. And so you let the world know that. And I do understand because when you become a figure, especially you become a person that started doing content on YouTube, or you're a person that fell out with a YouTuber, uh, the audience seems to be like trying to latch on to you and criticize you. And you handling it so well, and hopefully, I think that you should be a full-time content creator, but you have other stuff outside of content that you do. But I do love that you will defend yourself. If not, you would do it on your own platform. So that's a blessing.
Absolutely. And like I said, I appreciate you when you reach out and you do want me to, hit links, hit panels to be able to, speak for myself. And like my thing is, it's not really about criticism, like, because anybody can be critiqued.
Oh, wait a minute,
I
lady
just don't
T. Can you
respect.
speak up in the phone? I don't know if you have your headphones so they can hear you clearly.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying, for me, it's not about being critiqued, like 'cause anybody can, or criticism, because anybody can be critiqued. It's about that being literally lied on. Like literally, people will come up with these wild, outlandish conspiracy theories, just the most ridiculous crap. Like, and I can't respect that. Like, I respect if you want to, say things about me that I've said, done, the way I look, all that kind of stuff. You can have fun and have a whole field day with that. But when you put serious, ridiculous and egregious allegations on someone alongside, and that's defaming me and all kind of other stuff, like that's where I draw the line, because I can't respect you saying that you care about a good cause when you're literally trying to lie on another person simply because you don't like them. Or it also gets you more clicks and views because people be like, oh, but is it true, or is this true, and all this kind of crazy crap. Because I mean, I really don't want to go into this. I really should have just sent you the screenshot. But it's like, when people were saying X, Y, and Z, I had to reach out to someone, and then they tell me, they're like, well, this person is over on the other app saying that you're you're pregnant by them and this and that, and that you're mad because they declined you for weddings, and just all kind of like, dude, what? I said I freaking had a hysterectomy in 2017. How the hell am I pregnant? But it's just things like this. It's like, this is why I can't stand this internet. People will just go out of their way and go to other platforms, other apps, and literally create and fester up ridiculous lies just to fit a narrative if they don't like someone. So I say that to say that even though, yes, we clearly see there are a lot of things that are going on with this child, a lot of things at this point, because I used to be sucked into the mess too, writing with everything that anybody says, because, you think it's true if everybody's saying it. But now it's like being on the receiving end, people will heighten things and make things seem and all this kind of shit just to make a situation look, more whatever, or fit whatever narrative that they're trying to push. Because I've been a victim. What the hell? I've been a victim of that myself. And so that's what I don't respect. It's like, just stay with facts, especially with a situation like this. Stay with the facts, stay with things that can be proven, and really try to find some sort of resolve. So if you're really trying to help, instead of just sitting around cackling on YouTube, Instagram, all these forums, all these group chats, none of this shit is helping that child. While everybody's sitting around talking about it and getting quote unquote tea, the child is still going through whatever he's going through, and nothing is getting changed. So again, if nobody is going to get off their asses, get in a car, a plane, a train, a bus, walk, whatever the case, come together. These people can come together for sports and every damn thing else, but y'all can't decide to get a group together, even 100 people. More importantly, get the clear folks, okay? You get them clear folks, you're going to get some resolve real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do more. If this same recycle, just constantly talking about this over and over and over again, it's just getting redundant, and it's not resolving anything. So I'm with you on that side of it.
All right.
That's about it.
Agree. And thank you, Lady T, for coming on and giving your opinion. It's tight, but it's right.
All right. Thanks, Wiley. I appreciate you for having me on.
Thank you. No problem. Again, people, the phone lines is open if you have anything that you want to say. to get you are more than welcome. Sorry about the static, because sometimes when a person is driving, they have an earpiece. Sometimes it'd be a little static, but y'all were still able to hear her, so that was a good thing. If anybody else want to call in, the number is 972 674 9462. Again, the number is 972 674 9462. 972 674 9462. All right. If you want to call in and give your opinion. All right. So, yes, that was Lady T. Good morning. I see y'all in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Wiley Show. Welcome, 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 welcome. Is I'm okay? Is the static gone? I don't think it was my connection, but I just want to make sure. Good morning. You live on the Wiley Show.
Yes, I want to comment on the subject we're talking about. Were you talking about?
Okay, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
When I want to talk about this. When Carlissa first met the baby, she liked the baby, but why didn't she try to help Chrisean before her and Chrisean fell out? She was there. She'd been over Chrisean's house. She let everybody know where Chrisean lived. She put the girl out there. She never helped with the girl, helped the girl. And I don't think that's fair, because Carlissa is the biggest hot mess there ever been before. I never met a grandmother or a woman who would sit back and let people talk about her grandson. She says her grandson. He didn't want the person to say it was his son. So what is the problem, or what it is, that they can't accept that baby? That's what I want to know. What is it that they can't accept that baby and give that baby respect like they give the other kids respect? And how do y'all think other parents with the same issue, how do you think they feel when y'all sit back and talk about that baby? Chrisean ain't doing no worse than nobody else. She's doing the best she can as a single mother. And that's what I got to say. I don't know how many. Yeah, I'm here.
Right. So you can hear me. So what you're saying, okay. I just want to don't put words in. You think Chrisean is a good mother, or?
She's doing the best she can.
Okay.
She's doing the best she can. For one person that don't have nobody else to help her. Her mother's getting clean to help her. Carlissa ain't trying to help nobody. Blue claims he was the father. Then he claims he's not the father. That's crazy. You can't just blame one person. You have to blame both of them. Because he the one who put her on that stage. He the one made her dance. He the one made her hang out. But see now, Jaden out there on that stage. I guess when LaBelle gets finished being pregnant, she going on that stage. But Chrisean was a high named person. That when she went on that stage, it was mandatory for her to go out there when she was pregnant. But one thing I'm trying to say is Carlissa is wrong. We're talking about that baby. And that's the end of it. That's just it. Carlissa is wrong. And I don't understand why y'all let people, Blue run around here calling people out their name. This is the type of B I want. This is the type of B I'm going to get. This type of B. No, I can't kick it with a guy who labeled me as a B. I wouldn't ever think my daughter is with a man who talk like that. Oh, I can understand you talking like that in an argument, but just constantly, this what be I want, this be better do this be better, you better so much do this. Y'all give Blue too much credit. And all these women who agree with a man who talk like that towards women, they must get talked like that. they must like that type of talk, because I would never sit back and listen to a man talk to women like that. Period. I'm not going to stay on this phone.
All
I
right.
like your show, Wiley. I
Hey.
like your show. But these people out here, how many kids that go in the defect CPS case? What happens to these kids? What happens to the kids once they get in the system? That little boy looked happy with his mama. She always have her baby with her. Why is it okay for Carlissa to put her grandkids on there? It's okay for Blue to put his kids on there, but she's supposed to be ashamed of hers.
Good point.
Why should she be ashamed of her baby? If your baby that's your baby, you can be proud of your baby. I think she's very proud of her baby. She loves her baby. Her baby loves her. I can't understand, why do y'all feel that she's supposed to stay in the closet? Oh, I can't go out there because my baby. No, not keeping my baby secret. Not keeping my baby undercover. I'm going to be just as proud to walk down the street with my baby. And if she did keep her baby under the cover and not be proud of, then y'all have a problem with that. So it's no reason for her to like, oh no, I can't. I can understand the times that she was on stream with Ray J and all them, but she's not doing that no more. She's going to the gym. She's doing what she got to do. So what's the problem now? She's doing things to make money so her and her baby can live a better life. Y'all said she was homeless. She's not homeless no more. Y'all make up pictures of how the baby look. That don't make no sense. Show the pictures of the real look of the baby. Stop all that craziness. These people who out here judging, they need to, God dog, keep their kitchen clean before they talk about somebody else's kitchen. Because I know ain't nobody life perfect. Because I know when I had my kids, I had my mother. I had my mother-in-law. My mother or my mother-in-law was not on this internet talking about no kids. That's not cool. And ain't nobody punishing Carlissa for this. Nobody's saying nothing to Carlissa about the way she talk about that baby. So if she's talking about that baby who's going through this, she's talking about all the babies. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody in the family have a baby. So you can't just keep running around here talking about this baby because it's Chrisean Rock's baby. When y'all gonna blame Blue? If that's Ronnie's baby, why did Blue play the game? Why would he play the game? Oh, I'll use that for content. How we know he ain't using it for content? Now, I can understand why Blue is not claiming the baby, because the internet. Long as he not claiming it, he look like the good guy. But that don't look good on his end, because you saying you can't accept the baby who got autism. And I'm not saying he do, but I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
You cannot just accept him for running around here saying all this stuff, calling women this, calling women that. Oh, if I don't want to accept you, I don't have to accept your baby. How you think he be on the phone talking to LaVelle, calling her all types of itching, drown stuff on Jaden's face? These are damaged women all together. They all damaged. That little boy did not start cussing until he said, well, I don't know this now. I don't know that part. But I know you start cussing. LaVelle do try to keep a hold on what her son be doing. But Jaden, she do not have no control over those kids. Blue don't allow her to chastise Jardy. And Carlissa is the main habit of why Journey the way she is. So you cannot judge none of these kids. All the people need counseling. Just don't put it on one. All of them. Blue needs to go to counseling how to deal with people. Chrisean needs to go to counseling to stop fucking with Blue. Jada need to go to council, get a hold on her kids. Lavelle need to go to council and stop letting me and Low Ray hurt, period. So I'm just going to get off this song.
All right.
I said my piece. Stop judging one parent when you should judge them all.
All right. Thank you so very much for giving your opinion.
Thank you very much and have a blessed day.
All right, you too. If Shaquille doing the best she can, why isn't he in a cast or brace for his club foot? Occupational therapist, I can see that is exactly what he needs. Someone said doing the best is not enough for a child that needs more care than the average infant. He needs to be in a long-term care facility. And if she can give what he needs herself, it's medical pros who can. If she can't give him what he needs herself, it's medical pros who can. Okay. How do you feel about Julia being someone who is affected by an alcoholic mother too? Somebody says she is literally a sweetheart and she loves her son. You can see she is trying to take care of her son. That was somebody said on Kick. So that's a lot of comments in here regarding Chrisean. But make sure y'all keep this conversation. Oh, another comment here. It says, not about being shamed. For the love of my child, I wouldn't give these people on YouTube the pleasure of speaking about my child. I agree. We're going to close it out with that. We want to thank you all for tuning into The Wiley Show. We want to thank you for tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, and Kick. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. Please keep this conversation going because I do look at the comments. I read the comments. I love the comments. It keeps me busy. So please leave a comment and subscribe and thumbs up. They said, how do you know what he has? Are you there with him in his life, girl? Bye. You don't know what you are talking about. Oh, they're still going in the comments. On that note, if you want to contribute to the Wiley Show, you can donate to our Cash App, $ Wiley Show 1990, $ Wiley Show 1990. Thank you. Or you can always catch us every day on the Wiley Show and follow us on TikTok at Wiley Show. We go live everywhere. We go, thank you all so very much. Somebody else posted on Kick saying maybe she just don't want to show that part of his journey. All right. We thank y'all so very much. We're going to close out the show. This was fun. This was good. I want to see what y'all got to say in these comments when this video ends. Leave a comment. Talk to y'all later. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times come, always remember to put God first.